Hey there. So I'm here in Bend talking a little bit about something that's important to men and to the people who love men. Yep, this issue that men have in their sexuality that means that you have this idea and this feeling and experience of performance. And what we mean when we say performance is, how is your body reacting in this sexual moment? Like, are you having an erection? Are you having, are you able to be in your body and have your body show up for you in a way that feels like you are there and you're proud, you're happy, and you feel good about it? And what happens when that isn't what's happening, right? So what happens when you don't get hard or you don't stay hard during an intimate experience with your partner, or you're worried that you're not going to stay hard? This happens all the time, and I talk to lots of people about this in my practice. So today we are talking about this issue of what y'all usually refer to as performance. There may be issues in performance that don't have to do with hardness, but today we're talking about hardness and how it feels for at least the men in my practice when they are either worried about losing an erection or they have lost an erection, and what happens between them and their partner, and how to get out of your head, like literally out of this part of your body, out of your head, when you feel like you're not there with your hardness, with your erection. It's challenging because for one thing, you hear about it all over television or wherever you get your advertisements these days. You hear about ED meds, and it seems like everyone is suffering from erectile dysfunction, as it were. But most of us don't really ever have conversations. And if you're a guy, a dude, you probably don't talk to other men about your erections. I'm sure, don't talk to other women, unless it's your partner or somebody like me, about the fact that you're having trouble with or worried about getting soft during a sexual experience. The other thing about this whole concern around not staying hard is it keeps you from being present with your partner, and it keeps you from slowing down enough so that if you're with a woman, that she really likes it. So this is important for lots of people, not just for people who are having problems, significant real problems with their erections. Even if you're staying hard all the time in the experiences you've been having, it's likely that your worry about staying hard is keeping you from being really present with the woman or person you're having sex with. Does that make sense? Because what a lot of times happens is you go really fast during the sex because you don't want to get soft. And when you do that, it may work out great for her or your partner, but a lot of times it doesn't actually work out great. And because you don't want to lose your erection, you hurry, and then your partner may hurry you and want you to have an orgasm faster so that it's over, right? Because she's not liking it that much. This is important. I hope you're listening to me about this. So if you're a person who has concerns about your performance, slow down. I say this, kind of all the time. Stay present in yourself, stay connected to your body and to your partner. Slow down and don't worry about getting soft. Easy for me to say, I know I'm not a male, but don't worry about getting soft. If you do find yourself struggling to stay hard during an intimate or sexual experience and you're a man, please realize that I have like 5 things. Number 1, realize it's not the end of the world. Okay, it's not the end of the world if you lose your erection. It may feel like the end of the world. You may feel like you're going to die, but you are not going to die. This is just something that's happening with your body right now. We don't need to, you and your partner are going to be able to handle this. The second one is what I was already saying earlier. Stay present. You are like a mind-body connected person. We all are mind-body beings. And we like that when we think about meditation or something else. But when we think about sex and sexuality, a lot of times we don't really like that anymore, because it's hard to think that like our mind, our thoughts might affect how our body is reacting. And that kind of, we can get into a mind spiral about that. But it's true that you're a mind body being. And so the key to that, the way to overcome concerns about that, is to stay present in the sensation that you're having and stay present with your partner. Stay present with like being there and not worrying and not getting in your head, getting a lot of anxious thinking about what's happening. So the third thing is to consider some of the medical treatments, such as things like the erectile dysfunction meds, like Cialis or Viagra, or Levitra. Think about those. I really like the low-dose Cialis at like a 5 milligram daily dose, if this is something that's a concern for you, because what that does is to keep kind of a blood level for you of the medication, rather than having like an all, kind of a high pressure Friday night with your person, that you're going to take this one med and it's got to be like amazing that night. So I like a low dose of the ED meds, if that's something that works for you and your doctor. The other thing you might think about are the vacuum machines or devices that people can use to provide more turgor. It's a little bit less sexy a process because, well, there's some details there. Message me if you want to hear more about the details, but basically it doesn't provide the same kind of quality of an erection that you might get if you use something else. The next thing you might consider, if you have a significant problem with erectile dysfunction, maybe you've had a surgery or some medical issues that keep you from being able to be hard because you have the nerves to your penis are actually damaged because of diabetes, heart disease, or a surgical procedure, or some kind of injury. If that's true, then what you really are going to probably need are this sounds awful, I know, but this is not the end of the world either, because these things don't really hurt. It's a very tiny injection, a very tiny needle into the base of the penis on one of the sides that will create an erection, even if you have had something significant happen like diabetes, heart disease, or a surgical procedure or an injury. So that's another option, are these injections that you can have in your penis. And the final thing are penile implants, so that you have the ability to make an erection kind of using a pump. So these are all medical ways that people are able to address the erectile dysfunction that you might be experiencing. The other thing I want to say is that consider porn and how porn might be impacting you sexually. Because for some people, and I'm not saying this is you, but for some people, when porn is involved, when you watch a lot of porn, I'm using my hand like this, when you watch porn and masturbate, what ends up happening is some people then end up like kind of like needing the porn or having a feeling about their partner that isn't very realistic, and it's harder to be aroused and turned on with a partner who's a real person and not just with somebody who's a porn actress. So those are the 5 or 6 things for men that I recommend that you think about. And tomorrow I'm going to be talking about you as a woman, what you should do if you're in a situation with your partner and your partner has trouble staying hard. So the 5 things for men: realize it's not the end of the world, recognize that you're a mind-body being, stay present, consider some of the medical interventions, think about how porn might be impacting you. And the final one is to call me, get on my schedule. And I work with men about this issue all the time. So I'll put a link to a virtual coffee chat in the comments here, and you're welcome to call me or set up a call with me and we'll have a conversation and I can, head you in the right direction. I hope you have an amazing day, and I look forward to talking more about this week. So tomorrow I'll talk with women about what to do if your partner is having trouble staying hard during sex. Big hug. Love you guys.